2023 was meant to be the year in which Haas were progressing up the midfield, especially with the signing of Nico Hulkenberg to bring back some much needed experience into the American team. With a few point scoring finishes at the start of the season, things were looking promising, but with only 1 point scored from Monaco to the end of the season, Haas would end the year bottom of the constructor standings. Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hulkenberg would drive for the team in 2023, with the latter replacing Mick Schumacher, who would become the reserve driver for Mercedes. In the season opening Bahrain Grand Prix, Hulkenberg would progress to Q3, but couldn't show the same pace in the race as he finished down in 15th place, with Magnussen in 13th. But they wouldn't have to wait long to score their first points of the season, with Magnussen finishing 10th in Saudi Arabia, gaining him 1 point. In the following race, the Australian Grand Prix, Hulkenberg would finish 7th place, taking home 6 points for the team. It could have been so much better for the American team, as well as Hulkenberg had been running as high as 4th until the red flag came out, before dropping down to 7th at the restart. A 10th place finish for Magnussen in Miami would be the team's final points paying finish until Singapore Grand Prix, where Magnussen would finish 10th. This would also be their final point of the season, ending the season bottom of the constructor standings on 12 points, 2 places lower and 25 points fewer than in 2022. It definitely wasn't the best season for Haas, and somewhat of a backward step after looking like they were starting to turn fortunes around for 2022. However, things are getting even more competitive in the midfield, and it was still their second highest scoring season since 2019. But in my opinion, I have to say, Haas, as a generalised season, they've actually done quite well for themselves. Every year we've seen they've taken this wee slight step towards improving the car. Now, obviously, they've probably focused a lot more this year on trying to get next year even more nailed on, which is probably why we've seen after their great start at the start of the season, they must have thought to themselves, hey, we have a half okay car here, we're still fighting, we're within the midfield, let's start work on next year already. Which is probably why they didn't bring out too many upgrade packages, and anything they did bring out didn't have any major benefit towards them. It was just sort of edging them ever so slightly closer, but just never the big steps like we seen with McLaren, which that was something else for them. Haas, as their team of Gunther Steiner, Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hulkenberg, I feel at the moment it's still the right option. They ran that rookie test in 2020, and 21, which didn't exactly go to plan. But things have changed, and I think we could be on for a wee bit of a better season next year with Haas, and hopefully the Ferrari power unit is a wee bit more reliable and just stronger overall. It'd be good to see some more of the lower teams fight back up into the midfield, even more successful than before. But that's all we have time for in today's video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you can join us in the next one. Goodbye.